In an ever adapting modern world, it feels like it's getting harder and harder to stay up to pace. It feels like it's getting harder and harder to stand out as people become sheep and all signs of critical thinking go down the drain. But how can one make themselves stand out? Well, there's lots of different ways for somebody to make themselves stand out, but a big part is clothing. The way that you dress yourself can change how other people view you. Now, I love fashion and I love clothing, and I think that people should really invest their time into what they're wearing. I personally like to dress in black because it is a color that represents me. It looks classy and it also makes you look mysterious. I think people should always strive to dress nicely. The way somebody dresses can portray what they are like. Like I said, a huge part of how people view you is due to your dress choices. Now, I understand that not everybody can afford nice clothing, but even then, with a tiny amount of money, you can still develop a sort of clothing style that will suit you and that will make you look professional. I think a good rule of thumb for when it comes to developing a clothing sense is the ATSUM scale. In my opinion, there is a clothing spectrum, or what I'm gonna coin as the ATSUM scale, aka the attire semblance scale. Let's go over it. I'm gonna call level 1 the antique level. Level 1 consists of clothes that are pretty boring, pretty old, they don't look great, they don't have a good color sense, they're just tasteless. Now, right now I'm wearing a button-up plaid shirt and some dark blue jeans. Now, there's nothing wrong with wearing that. However, if you're more of an outgoing person, wearing this is not going to look good. It's just going to make you seem old-fashioned. Now, for older folks at home, this isn't that bad of a combination. However, if you are younger and you're more extroverted, this probably isn't the best for you. So I would recommend to stay away from the boring stuff. On to level 2. I'm going to call level 2 the classy level. In level 2, you are going to find old-fashioned clothing, like suits, right? That, while old-fashioned, still look pretty fly in the modern age. Basically, it's any type of fancy clothing, whether it be suits or really nice overcoats. It's anything like in between those kind of lines. Now, I think a good part of your attire is obviously your watch. It shows that you are a busy man that always cares about the time because you have a lot of things to do. It makes you look more high status. Another important thing is shades. Always wear some sort of shades because it will make you look cooler than everybody else in the room that does not have shades. Now, different shades look good with different types of attires. These kind of shades look good with this, especially since it matches with the watch. I would not recommend wearing glasses. I would recommend instead using contact lenses, which I know can be annoying and frustrating, but if you wear glasses, it's just going to make you look like your average middle school nerd. On to level number 3. I'm going to call level 3 the base level. Level 3 is where majority of clothes fall into. It's the level in between the traditional / casual clothes and the modern / decorative clothes. I would call the category of clothes in this level Walmart clothes. Anything from athletic gym wear to, just a regular t-shirt to jeans falls into this level. It's just basic clothes that you'll find at the store that aren't super old-fashioned but aren't also super expensive at the same time. It's just regular clothes. And there's nothing wrong with that. This level is definitely better than level 1 and level 5, but it's not as good as level 2 or level 4. It's just basic clothes. I will say this hat is pretty nice. No lie. On to level 4. I'm gonna call stage 4 the fashionable stage. Basically, anything modern and cool would fit into this stage. You'll find a variety of different modern clothes, including puffer jackets, Gucci belts, gold chains, expensive necklaces, expensive pairs of pants, designer clothes, jean jackets, graphic hoodies, anything that you'll find at a mall and not your run-of-the-mill type store. Basically speaking, anything that's trendy or hip nowadays. As you can see, I'm kind of dressed up a bit more colorful than previous stages because it catches the eye more now in the modern days. As you can see, there is clearly a contrast between colors on one side of my outfit and the other. Blue contrasts yellow, which contrasts red, which overall gets contrasted by black. A good thing about this fit is that majority of it is black. However, there are colors here that are very bright that contrast it, and I think it's very good to find contrast in clothing. Another example I could give is in terms of the color wheel. There are certain colors that are adjacent to each other. For example, orange to blue, red to green, yellow to purple, black to white. I think when you're dressing up with one color, it's very good to dress up with the adjacent color to that color. When it comes to artsy types of clothes, aka clothes that are more decorative, I think it's better to wear baggier clothes. However, when it comes to more classy or casual clothes, I think it's better to wear tighter clothes. Alright, now moving on to the final stage, stage 5. Guys, no, I'm not trying to flex my wardrobe, okay? Relax. Okay, I'm not dressing up as stage number 5 because you're getting into the social reject stage. Basically people who dress up like furries or who dress up like anthropomorphic aliens in public. People who are attention seeking. That's all you need to know. Don't dress up as stage number 5. You're not a Christmas tree. Don't over decorate yourself. Stay away from stage number 5. And those are the 5 stages of the ATSUM scale. I think this is a very good scale to follow because every single type of clothing falls somewhere between 1 and 5. I think it's very good to look classy and look traditional, but at the same time, don't be too boring and old-fashioned. I think it's very good to appeal to the modern era and look decorative and cool, but at the same time, try not to make yourself look like you want attention. Now, overall, a good thing to do when it comes to clothing is to create a main uniform. A uniform that defines you. A uniform that people will remember you by. Basically speaking, a uniform that you will wear more often than others and that you will be recognized by. In my case, that would be the combination of my overcoat, plus my black pants, plus my steampunk shades. For you, it could be something completely different. I think a good rule of thumb is to dress based on yourself. And while you create this main uniform of yours, I think a good idea for inspiration is to look at yourself and to see who you truly are. Base your uniform off of you, who you are as a person, and what your values and morals are, aka what you stand for. A big part about clothing is your shoes. Now, whether it be dress shoes or Nike Air Forces, you need to pick out shoes that will stand out and that will make you look elegant. Feet are such a stinky, horrible human body part that you need something nice to cover them up with. If you have really nice shoes, it will show that you're up to date with modernity. Another good tip is to dress based on the setting. Obviously, you're not gonna wear your pajamas to your friend's wedding. No, obviously not. You're out of your mind if you do. Actually, no, that is pretty based, I'm not gonna lie. But still, certain events will have certain expectations built into them. When you show up to a formal event with something formal, people are going to expect you. Now, there are certain times where you might need to break that logic. Overall, it's good to have different types of clothes ready for different types of events. In my personal opinion, I think people should have 3 types of dress styles. Number 1 being the classy / business style. Number 2 being the athletic / summer style. And number 3 being the decorative / modern style. So have fun building your wardrobe. No matter what your social class is, where you live, or what your lifestyle is like, you as a young man can build your appearance when it comes to the clothes you wear. Peace out, y'all.